If you love the cozy, authentic look of a rustic garden but don't love the high price tag, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the simple genius of upcycled decor. This is all about taking discarded materials, the stuff others throw away, and giving them new life as charming, functional features. Get ready to transform your small backyard, balcony, or patio into a soulful, eco-friendly oasis using nothing but creativity and found objects. Imagine a bland, narrow wall suddenly bursting with fragrance and life. That's the magic of a pallet wood vertical herb garden. This idea starts with an often free material, the humble wooden pallet, which already possesses that beautifully weathered rustic quality. By reinforcing and stacking the pallet sections, you create a tiered, space-saving structure. This living wall becomes a focal point, perfect for a small patio or balcony. It not only saves floor space for a seating area but also puts a fresh basil leaf or a sprig of mint within arm's reach while you're cooking. The final result is a display of natural wood grain contrasting with lush greenery, giving your compact outdoor kitchen a charming farmhouse feel. We often see old tires as discarded waste, but in a rustic garden, they are a fantastic, durable canvas. This idea transforms them into substantial, eye-catching planters. The key to giving them a charming rustic finish is a fresh coat of chalk paint in a soft, muted color like sage green or antique white, often chipped slightly to suggest age. When stacked or simply laid flat, the robust, chunky shape of the tire provides a wonderful contrast to delicate, overflowing flowers like petunias or geraniums. Placing a single beautifully painted tire in the corner of a small gravel patio instantly defines the space and provides a large, deep home for your favorite blooms. A salvaged wooden ladder is a quintessential piece of rustic decor, and it's perfect for gardening in tight spaces. Instead of using it for climbing, lay it horizontally or prop it vertically against a wall. The rungs become ready-made shelves for displaying a collection of small pots. Succulents and cacti, with their varied textures and low maintenance needs, are ideal here, but it works just as well for terracotta pots of vibrant annuals. The latter instantly provides vertical dimension, drawing the eye upward and making the whole garden look bigger, while the chipped paint or naturally aged wood finish adds a layer of history and delightful disrepair. Every rustic garden needs a focal point that tells a story, and a rusty watering can overflowing with blooms delivers just that. Instead of using it for its intended purpose, this old metal friend is repurposed as a whimsical planter. Drill a few drainage holes, fill it with soil, and plant trailing flowers that spill out over the spout and sides, creating the illusion that the blooms are flowing directly from the can. Whether it's perched on a stone wall or hung from a garden hook, the aged metal's patina contrasts beautifully with the soft greens and bright colors of the flowers. It's an easy project that provides instant storybook charm to any small corner. A pathway made of perfectly smooth stone can feel cold and formal. For a truly charming rustic garden, consider an unexpected texture: broken crockery. This project takes chipped plates, cracked cups, and pottery shards, the pieces you would normally discard, and transforms them into a colorful embedded mosaic edging for a gravel path or a seating area. The process of arranging the pieces is meditative, and the result is stunning: a unique, shimmering border that catches the sunlight and adds a personal touch. It's a wonderful way to honor the history of old kitchen items while providing a durable, unforgettable detail that anchors the small space. To create a magical atmosphere after sunset in a small garden, skip the generic outdoor lighting and focus on upcycled tin cans. This project transforms everyday coffee or vegetable cans into charming lanterns. After cleaning them thoroughly, simply use a hammer and nail to punch holes in a creative, random, or pattern design. When a battery-operated tea light or small solar bulb is placed inside and they are hung from a tree branch or a simple wooden pergola, the light filters through the holes, casting delicate, twinkling patterns on the surrounding plants and walls. The simple weathered tin provides the perfect rustic container for this dreamy, low-cost lighting effect. A water feature often feels too big for a small garden, but a galvanized metal tub offers a perfectly proportioned solution. These classic rustic washing tubs can be easily transformed into a mini pond. Line the tub, fill it with water, and add small, shallow water plants like dwarf lilies or water hyacinths. You can even include a small solar-powered bubbler for the gentle sound of moving water. The aged matte gray metal of the tub adds a beautiful industrial farmhouse texture, and the reflected light on the water creates a focal point that brings tranquility and a sense of depth to a compact space. Don't throw out that old wooden chair with the cracked seat. An old chair is an ideal candidate for a charming garden planter. The process is simple. Remove the worn-out seat and replace it with a wire mesh or a small wooden box to hold the soil. The chair's original frame, complete with its peeling paint or weathered wood, becomes a whimsical stand that elevates the greenery. Planting a large, overflowing plant like a fern or a mass of colorful petunias creates a visually surprising effect. The plant seems to have burst through the seed itself. It's a perfect artistic piece that adds height and humor to a rustic garden vignette. A reclaimed window frame can be the perfect architectural salvage piece to provide structure and character to a small garden. Instead of glass, the panes are often backed with mirror panels to reflect the garden and make it seem larger, or simple chalkboard paint for notes. When mounted on a fence or a shed wall, the weathered wood frame immediately suggests a lost entrance to a secret garden, adding depth and a touch of mysterious storybook charm. It works beautifully as a backdrop for a bench or a small bird feeder, anchoring a rustic seating area. An old chest of drawers that has seen better days can offer a wealth of planting opportunities. Drawer planters work beautifully when stacked unevenly or pulled out slightly, creating multi-level planting boxes. The drawers can be lined, filled with soil, and used to grow flowers, herbs, or vegetables. The beauty here is the history of the piece, the old knobs, the worn paint, the simple wooden structure, which brings instant farmhouse character. It turns a discarded piece of indoor furniture into a sculptural, functional outdoor heirloom, perfect for adding substantial visual weight to a small, flat space. An old chest of drawers that has seen better days can offer a wealth of planting opportunities. Drawer planters work beautifully when stacked unevenly or pulled out slightly, creating multi-level planting boxes. The drawers can be lined, filled with soil, and used to grow flowers, herbs, or vegetables. The beauty here is the history of the piece, the old knobs, the worn paint, the simple wooden structure, which brings instant farmhouse character. It turns a discarded piece of indoor furniture into a sculptural, functional outdoor heirloom, perfect for adding substantial visual weight to a small, flat space. For a small garden to truly feel rustic, its structural elements should feel natural and handcrafted. A woven willow or twig trellis is a beautiful alternative to store-bought metal or plastic. By gathering natural sticks and weaving them together, you create a charmingly imperfect support for climbing plants like sweet peas or clematis. The organic shapes and textures of the raw wood blend seamlessly into the background, allowing the vines to be the star. It adds height and an artisanal woodland feel to a fence or wall, making the garden feel cozy and utterly bespoke. Cinder blocks are a common, inexpensive building material, but they can be stunning rustic planters when approached creatively. The key is in the stacking and the planting. Instead of laying them flat, stack them loosely to create multi-tiered walls or geometric shelving units. The hollow sections are perfect for soil and plants, especially trailing varieties like sedum or thyme that spill over the rough concrete edges. The simple, raw texture of the blocks brings a grounded, industrial rustic feel that contrasts beautifully with soft foliage, turning a plain corner into a dramatic, architectural display. If you love the cozy, authentic look of a rustic garden but don't love the high price tag, you're in the right place. Today we're diving into the simple genius of upcycled decor. This is all about taking discarded materials, the stuff others throw away, and giving them new life as charming, functional features. Get ready to transform your small backyard, balcony, or patio into a soulful, eco-friendly oasis using nothing but creativity and found objects.